My name's Aaron. Welcome back to my channel. How are you? I'm fantastic and I'm doing really well. And today I'm reviewing, so I'm dyslexic, and when it is A and a Q and all the rest of it, my brain can't work out what it is. So it's AQVA, I can't pronounce that, Amara, which I can. I don't know if this has been discontinued. When I looked online, it was about 68 to 148 for this size. And it says, Bvlgari is a woody aromatic fragrance for men. AQVA Amara, it looks like aqua to me, was launched in 2014. The nose behind the fragrance is Jacques Cavalier. The notes are Sicilian mandarin, middle notes are watery notes and neroli. The base notes are, well, that's frankincense and Indonesian patchouli leaf. Do we have our bottles of AQVA Amara? I'm engaged with our higher self. Let's get testing. So I love the other one, I remember. So you all said to try this, so we shall see. I imagine this is great for the summer. Please leave your notes below. Tell me what you think about this. Has it been discontinued? What do you think of it? Did you love it? So this is great. This is strong, robust. I got this off eBay, I think, because I couldn't find it. Very clean washing smell, which is quite nice. It does have neroli, and neroli is crazy expensive. And neroli is the flowers from the orange blossom, which can only be harvested I think once a year or something. So that's why it's so expensive, and they distill off the essential oil from the little white flowers. And that neroli smells, you have neroli, sweet orange petitgrain, and neroli is sort of like, it's not very sweet. It can be, it's not sweet, but it has a floral, white floral sort of note to it. Sweet orange, obviously from the sweet orange, and then you have petitgrain, which I think is the wood, if I remember rightly. And then obviously you have the citrus. The orange plant is used a lot in perfumery. The dry down on this is particularly lovely. So initially I didn't like that sort of like, it smelled a little bit plasticky, and that's the salicylates and the white floral notes, the major floral materials. This in hot weather would be gorgeous. There's another one that I think is gorgeous. Absolutely heady and icy, super metallic musks and clean musks through the core. This to me smells very aquatic. Amara, I don't know. It smells very aquatic to me, and it is the acetates to give elevation and sparkle through the top. The aquana, which is giving that's quite high up, that's giving it that aquatic feel. Benzyl salicylate is giving that clean washing, cleanness to it. Mandarin, ginger, neroli. I kind of don't know what's not to like. That sort of cleanness through the middle, that clean coldness is kind of not really for me. A little bit of top note patchouli in there to give sort of like aid in the elevation. Amara means bitter. That kind of makes sense. It has like a bitter cleanness to it. Petitgrain's quite bitter. Petitgrain, I think, is in the wood. I'm a little bit tired. I've just filmed a lot of reviews, but it's kind of, if petitgrain, that's bitter. I don't like petitgrain, but petitgrain would have worked in this just a little bit. The mandarin in this, combined with the benzyl salicylate, combined with that sort of white floral note, is giving that sort of like cleanness, snappiness. It is not sweet at all, and that's the citronella in there, giving that harshness to it. So this is quite harsh. Citruses don't radiate off my skin at all. I have to struggle with citruses to get them to work on my skin. This is radiant and clean. On to my final thoughts. So, what do you think about this? I mean, you've worn it. I think it's discontinued when I read the comments for the last one. I prefer the last one because it was a sweeter, and I love sweeter citruses personally, but I think absolutely this has a place for it. It smells very Mediterranean, very easy to wear, very, very inoffensive. So it didn't come with a box. It would be from a big company, absolutely would have I know it's going to have all the safety checks, the safety assessments, all the testing that goes into selling something legally. So this is a safe, legal, compliant. I know that because the last one was. Strong, robust, clean, metallic, snappy, which I quite like. Value for money, if it's about £60, that's perfect. It's radiant and clean, which I quite like. Do I like it? So I kind of half really, really love it, but half don't love it. And the half that I don't love is that benzyl salicylate mixed with the major floral materials with the citronelle. I don't like that. That's kind of crazy technical, isn't it? That's kind of like, not everyone's going to think that, but that's what I don't like about it. If they removed that and had some ambers and some other musks in it to work top, middle and base, I'd love it. And if they remove that, and I'd give it a 10, purely because that note coming out, I'm going to mark it at 8 out of 10. The occasion is obviously for the summer. I can't imagine you loving this when it's cold or wintry. Maybe you would, but for me, this is definitely a summer fragrance. This is great for a holiday. I'm going to the beach. Yeah, I don't like the middle bit on it. That's just me. I think this is great for the beach. I think it's great for going out with your friends. I think it's just a great fragrance. It's not very offensive. The projection isn't crazy. I remember the last one being great and I loved it and it was sort of inspiring and very exciting. Not really for me because of that core bit. I'd love umbrettalide citronelle. Some other things in it I kind of love. I'd love a few more fruit molecules in it as well. Just make it a little bit sweeter. This is the problem you see, I've noticed with these reviews. When I get the very high numbers, 8, 9, 10 I consider very high. If I wouldn't change them at all, they get very high numbers. But if I start to think about what would I add, what would I take away, kind of what would I do, the marks come down a little bit. But that's really personal, and I'm always making fragrance for myself, you see. If I love it, it goes out. But I kind of love it. The aqueous quality I really love. The choice of citruses are awesome. The way it's constructed is awesome. It's modern, safe. 60 quid, it would have been really good. I imagine the sillage, and this is great. So love that review. Thumbs up and subscribe. More fascinating, interesting content. Lots of moving hands and lots of fragrance views. Hope you're staying safe and well. See you soon.